We've done 10k, we've done 5k, we've done 2k. Now it's time to make our way back up and look at the 10 best cars you can buy for under £20,000. All 10 of these cars are cars that I absolutely love for under the 20k price range that I think are pretty cool. So let's get straight into it. If you want to see 30k instead, hit the like button, 1,000 likes and I'll make that video. Subscribe so if you're new. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. Let's kick this video off with the rarest car on the list, the Alfa Romeo GTV Cup, a car built to enable and commemorate the actual GTV Cup race series. It comes with a 3-litre V6 engine producing 218 brake horsepower, taking it to 60 in 6.6 seconds. Not rapid, but speed isn't really what this car's all about. There were just 155 of these made in right-hand drive, and each car comes with a numbered plaque to denote where it sat in the production numbers. The GTV Cup race series was only for selected Alfa customers, with just 160 drivers racing in groups of 16 across 10 rounds, in GTV Cup cars built to ensure they were all equal in performance. The road-going V6 version of this car only came in red and had additional aesthetic features to make it look a bit more aggressive, as well as an exclusive interior. These are becoming very hard to come by, but £17,000 is around the minimum I could find them listed for, and you'll get a 2002 model with under 50,000 miles on it for our 20k limit. Engines are pretty good, but throttles are known to cause issues. Next up, we have a car entirely focused on going fast around corners and providing the best B-road experience possible, the LOTUS ELISE S2, which comes with a 1.8-litre inline-4 engine, making 134 brake horsepower, taking it to 60 in 5.9 seconds. Now you can actually get more powerful ELISEs for our price range, but in general the main thing you're looking out for in one of these is engine. If you want peace of mind, you should ideally be aiming for a slightly newer example with the Toyota block, which is far better known for reliability than the Rover K series block that came in pre-2007 models and was known for head gasket failure. This car was made possible by General Motors investment, which enabled Lotus to build the facilities to create this car, as long as they also produced the Vauxhall VX220, which you could also get in our price range. It's a typical Lotus, lightweight, simple, stripped out interior and focused on handling. These run you around £13,000 at the bottom end, and 20k will get you a 2007 model with 60,000 miles on it. The Mark II Focus RS is actually many people's favourite generation, and it is a lovely looking car with great classic potential in my books too. It comes with a 2.5 litre turbocharged inline-5 engine, which puts out 300 brake horsepower, taking it to 60 in 5.7 seconds. Celebrating Ford's successes in the World Rally Championship with drivers like Marco Martin and the success of the Mark I Focus RS, Ford released the Mark II RS, much to fast Ford fans' delights. It was a shame that they didn't make it all-wheel drive, but regardless, it came with that Volvo collab engine, some stunning beefy looks and a sportier interior within the standard car. In fact, all in, it's a much more complete package than the Mark I, which I also love, by the way. These listed anywhere from around the £16,000 mark, with 20 grand getting you a 2009 model with 90k on the clock. The engine on these is very tunable too and known to be strong on reliability, but rough idle isn't out of the question and oil leaks are known too. We're on to the only other hot hatch on this list, and while I like the Focus because it's a bit of a future classic, I like this, the FK2 Civic Type R, because it has insane performance for the money. Comes with a 2-litre turbocharged inline-4 that puts out 305 brake horsepower, taking it to 60 in 5.5 seconds. This was a massive upgrade over the previous generation, both in terms of performance and aesthetics. Look at the aggressive angular stylings with the massive rear wing too. This hot hatch absolutely demands road presence. It's the kind of car you would draw as a child. Outside of the turbocharger and all that aero though, the formula stays true to typical Type Rs, with the nice red interior and focus on handling with all the dynamic features, hence it was so successful in the British Touring Car Championship. These run you around £16,000 at the bottom end, with 20 grand getting you a 2016 model with 50,000 miles on it. Sadly, they have on occasion been hit with overheating and head gasket failure, and gearbox issues are known too. It's no secret that I love a Scooby, as I grew up watching the IMPREZA WRX STI bomb it around in the World Rally Championship. Everything before the Hawkeye facelift comes with a 2-litre turbocharged Boxer 4 engine, which makes 261 brake horsepower and will do 0 to 60 in 5.2 seconds. This is the second generation IMPREZA, and like the Focus RS, it came with the equivalent World Rally Championship car. The difference is though, this road-going car actually had a lot of rallying pedigree, given it was actually used in multiple national and regional rally championships around the world in the Group N category. It's become a bit of a cult classic car, not gaining quite the same values as Evos, but definitely gaining a committed set of fans, myself included, and untouched examples I think will be very good news in future. You'll find STIs listed anywhere from around £11,000, and 20 grand will get your 2003 model with 70k on it. This engine block is the most reliable of the STIs, but rust is a known issue for some. So I hope you're going to this video. If you're, then do hit the like button button and subscribe as well if you're new. I wanted to ask you a question very quickly. Of Mercedes, BMW and Audi, all of the cars that are currently available under £20,000 just generally in the world, which one makes the nicest? I don't know, I'll let you know my thoughts in the video. Next up we have a car that I think is looking better and better by the year, the Porsche Cayman 987S, which comes with a 3.4 litre flat 6 engine, making 315 brake horsepower in the 987.2 spec, which will get it to 60 in 5 seconds, not bad. Now I mentioned it's the 0.2, you can either get the 0.1 or 0.2 for under 20k, but the benefit of getting a 0.2 is a few of the key issues were ironed out. This revision came in 2009 with an entirely new engine, which didn't come with an intermediate shaft, that therefore meant IMS bearing failure couldn't be an issue. Aesthetically, it also got a different front bumper and some other minor aesthetic changes, matched also with direct injection for greater performance. Honestly, I see these looking better and better with age, and would personally consider a 987.1 to mess around with for YouTube. Let me know if you think that might make for interesting content. These Caymans run you around £11,000 at the bottom end, with 20 grand getting your 2009 model with 50k on it. In fourth on the list we have a car that I've loved for many years, the BMW Z4M Coupe, which is held at a similar value for a really long time now, starting at £16,000, with 20 grand getting a 2007 example with 70k on it. For that money you'll get yourself a 3.2 litre inline 6 engine out of the E46 M3, which puts out 338 brake horsepower, taking it to 60 in 4.8 seconds. It of course comes as a roadster as well, but like the Z3M, the Coupe has become the more sought after example with its properly nice shape, and I would argue best use of the bangle butt. The E46 M3 is a lovely car, which will be a classic in the future of course, but I genuinely think the Z4M has more classic potential, given across both body styles there's only around 550 on the roads now in the UK. Power loss in low revs and water pump failure are the two key issues I'd mention with the S54 engine. It's a rogue choice taking third on this list, but I love how rare and different the Mercedes SLK55 AMG is, with its 5.4 litre V8 engine that makes 354 brake horsepower, taking it to 60 in 4.7 seconds. This came with the second generation SLK, and in 55 AMG spec it literally looks like a baby McLaren SLR, it's uncanny. In fact, there was actually an SLK 55 AMG Black Series which goes even harder than this car, but it's like hen's teeth and ridiculously expensive. Knowing that this is the next best thing, you still get an insane set of upgraded brakes, suspension, interior, engine cooling, and of course the aesthetics, as this car got a tasteful smattering of AMG parts on the exterior, and given there are fewer than 1,000 on the roads right now in the UK, they're pretty rare too. I don't think they have the insane presence of some of the other cars on this list, but I think the right people who see this car will know what it is. These start at around £13,000 and 20k will get you a 2010 model with 50k on it. They're also known to be better on reliability than the other engines in the SLK lineup, same goes for the gearboxes. A car that I've absolutely loved for a very long time, which I think offers great value for money under 20k, is this, the BMW E92 or E93 M3, which is a 4 litre V8 engine producing 414 brake horsepower, which you get to 60 in 4.5 seconds, pretty decent. This is my favourite looking BMW M3 generation, no question about that. The sloping roofline on the E92 and the more angular hardtop convertible roof on the E93, both paired with the ultra beefy lower body on either body type, makes me very happy to look at. It's a shame about the known issues with the rod bearing failure and throttle actuators, the former of which is worth doing the £1,500 job to replace to avoid having to rebuild the bottom end of the engine. But ignoring that for a moment, a naturally aspirated V8 engined M3, for me that's a recipe for future classic, which also laid the foundations for the M4 that followed it. These listed anywhere from around the £13,000 mark, and 20k gets you a 2010 model with 80k on it. Taking the top spot in this video is a car with one of the most aggressive and ridiculous formulas ever, the Audi RS6 C6, which is a family estate car that hosts a 5 litre twin turbocharged V10 engine, producing 571 brake horsepower, taking it to 60 in 4.4 seconds, pretty sick. I don't have any kids, but this car would be absolutely perfect for me as a car guy who's recently taken up playing golf, with that massive boot space for the clubs and trolley, and the performance to keep me smiling to and from a course, matched of course with a sporty interior and exceptional soundtrack. I do actually think that the following C7 generation RS6 looks better, but nothing beats a V10 for sound and prowess. On release it was the most powerful Audi ever, making this effectively a super estate. These cost you around £16,000 at the bottom end, and 20k will get you a 2008 model with 90k miles on the clock. It's far more reliable than the C5 RS6, but there are some known issues when seals perish, which require engine out jobs to replace. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you then do hit the like button and subscribe as well if you're new. Massive thanks to the patrons for the support, to you guys as well for watching. And I said I'd let you know my thoughts. I think maybe BMW ain't the nicest cars that currently sit under £20,000. It's the difficult one, but I think they might just about edge it for me. Let me know yours in the comments down below. With that in mind, click up here to watch a video on some cheap BMWs and subscribe down here.